where you're digging, just like, you get a bit more here. Go Z.
Well, it always changes. I think each decade has a certain sound. I think at the moment, funny things are very much in, as we were discussing, things like Book of Mormon, Legally Blonde. Sort of more serious work doesn't seem to be getting quite the audiences that it used to. But every generation really sort of has its own style and reflects its own culture. We don't have any terribly strong voices at the moment. You know, we have Sondheim, who's getting on a bit, and we have Andrew, and then we have people like Menken, who writes a lot of Disney stuff. I like his work a lot. Jason Robert Brown, it's never really had a huge hit, but he's very popular. You know, there's not big names that are sort of packing him in the way we did it, you know, maybe 40, 50 years ago. I've been working for about 33 years now, and I'm what I guess you would call a crossover artist, but I like to think of as being a hybrid, which means that I've done a lot of musical theatre and a lot of opera, and I'm just a singer. I'm a singing actress, I guess.
It's very, very still, and you've got to decide who you're singing to and what you're seeing out there. Because if your eyes skip around too much, we find that a bit tiring, because we don't know whether your eyes are just looking around or whether you're having a specific thought, or seeing Marius, or seeing your crappy life the way it is, you know, nice frocks, that boring girl who he's in love with, you know, all of that stuff. We need to have some idea of what you're feeling, and yet it's very, very simple.
Well, it's very exciting. People have always loved to hear voices on the edge, which is why people loved people like Agnes Balzer and Callas and you know, voices that came to grief. Belting has changed a lot. It's become very, very high, suicidally high, things like Wicked and Rent, and people love it. They love the riffing. I'm old-fashioned. I'm not that wild on it. I don't like this kind of squeezed straight tone. Makes me go ouch like this. And I also know that an awful lot of those people are doing damage to their chords, and they won't sing as long as they can. I just find it difficult on the ear. There are some wonderful singers out there that I think do a beautiful mix. People like Louise Dearman or Kristen Chenoweth is a really clever singer. But I mean, you're asking an old legit soprano what she thinks of belting, so you're never going to get, you know, I'm all for it.
And slightly will come to me.
Right now, because we're going to work our way up, and he's like, I can't belt it then. Can you sing? Don't press it though. Don't push it. Can you sing E, thinking?
Weeks pass and months pass, seasons fly. Still you don't walk through the door. And in night I count the silent days till I hear you sing once more.
One day more.
Tomorrow you'll be worlds away, and yet with you my world has started.
Well, for a technique, everybody should have the basics of a classical technique. You should be able to sing in your head voice as high as you possibly can, because that's that's where your strength will come from. And I think you find people who are still singing, people like Bassey or Tom Jones, they were really properly taught. And it's very difficult for kids nowadays because money is so low. Even if you are working, you don't get paid very much. And there's sort of an attitude with the MT kids, I think, that once you finish college, you've learned to sing. And I'm astounded about how many of them actually go out and start teaching, because you don't really start to learn how to sing until you've been out there and you've actually been doing it. More opportunity, and that your culture was more interested in musical theatre, and that you had producers that would put it on, because you obviously have a huge amount of talent in this country, and it would be nice if that talent had an opportunity to show what it could do.